Welcome, everyone, to Courageous Creative Conquerors. This is Jean Voice Dart. It's my belief that everyone has a gift of creative expression. We were born to express ourselves to stay healthy and happy. Whether you are planting a garden, writing a story, building a cabinet, sewing a scarf, or singing a song, what matters is expressing from the heart. And the creative and expressive arts are a healthy coping strategy that shifts us from trauma to triumph. So join me as we listen and learn key tips and techniques from our special guest and courageous creative conqueror. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Lynda Peace Davidson, vocal artist, performer, and entertainer. Hi, everybody. I'm Jean Voice Dart, and I'm here with Lynda Peace Davidson, and she has had an absolutely amazing life. It's just remarkable, filled with so much creative joy, performing and singing all over the world. And she's here to share with us what makes her a courageous, creative conqueror. Welcome, Lynda. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm anxious to talk to you. I've been waiting a few weeks for this and looking forward to it.
Well, I'm just delighted that you agreed to join me here because you have so much wisdom and experience to share with others. And I'd just like to start off with talking about you as a child, as a young girl growing up. What inspired you? What memories do you have, really early memories of the creative arts? And it might be dance or art, drawing or painting, or it might be singing as you're doing now. What was the first memory that you have of enjoying the creative arts?
I remember that my parents used to sing a lot and they had such beautiful voices. And my mother would do harmony. And when I was a little girl, I didn't understand what that was, and I thought it was just so wonderful. And they loved each other, but they argued a lot, and it seemed like the best time for me was when they were singing. And I think that's one thing that I remember and why I sing as well.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, I have that similar memory of my mother just singing around the house all the time and doing housework and singing and whistling and everything. And it just brought so much joy and comfort to the family. And singing, did your mother or father sing like lullabies, or when you went to bed, singing to you?
No, they would just maybe my mother would be doing dishes and my dad would come
Yeah.
in and he's singing. She'd throw her, they called it a tea towel over her shoulder and she'd sing harmony. I mean, yeah, it was just really fun, and sometimes I'd sing with them once I got older and it was nice. And then they'd sing in church and yeah. I
Yeah.
got to tell you something funny though. One time they were singing in church and I was really little and I ran up to the front of the church. And it's not a church I'm going to now, and they asked me if I wanted to sing. I said, yeah. So I wanted to go up and sing Pony Boy, Pony Boy, Pony Boy. And this is like so embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing now, but they said, oh, Lynda,
No, I'm sure everybody loved it.
you're
Yeah.
so, you're
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Not the traditional church hymn, but yeah, I'm sure everybody loved that. You gave a lot of joy early on. And what about in school? When you got in school, did you join the choir or
Yeah, I get
the
when
band
when I
or
was
dance or?
when I was in grade school, it was East Los Angeles grade school, and I was the only Blanca in the school, seriously. So everybody was, but anyway, they had a lady that went around to all of the classes to sing. And she heard me one day singing. I don't know if the kindergarten teacher had told her about me. So she'd take me to all the classes with her to sing. And I think that did
Oh,
really good though, because people would get jealous, because I'm getting all this attention and it did probably go to my head.
Yes. Well,
So,
that's very special. That's
yeah,
like a
I never
pivotal
forgot that.
moment in your life there. You're
Yeah,
recognizing that you're special with your
yeah,
singing.
but she wasn't thinking about the other kids, how it would
Yeah,
affect them. And so,
yeah.
yes, I used to get in some really bad problems because of that. But then, anyway, so in high school, I joined the a cappella choir. And out of the choir, they had what was called the Golden Keys. There'd be 10 of us. And so we went all over the place singing. It was just really fun. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, yeah. And this podcast is Courageous Creative Conquerors. And so I'd love for you to share during that time growing up or as a young adult or later. um, Everybody has life trauma. We all do have something, whether it's divorce or illness or something even more traumatic. Was there something in your life that was an obstacle for you, and you feel that you could lean back on your music to help you get through it? Because that's what a courageous creative conqueror does. They know that the creative arts are always there to help us get through tough times. So, can you share with us how you used that during difficult times?
Well, this is my fourth husband. And every time you have a relationship, you do have to work on it. It can't be one-sided. So I had the other three just didn't work. This didn't work. There was different situations and which I really don't want to discuss, but just didn't really work. But I have wonderful children from those and grandchildren. And so I focused on them and not the, disappointments that were in those.
Yes. And how did the music help you get through? I'm sure there were emotions because
Right.
whether it's one person or the other, both people are struggling and we have feelings. I know I had this is my third marriage.
Mhm.
And it can be very painful because we love these people and we want it to work out. So how did the music help you? Did it relieve stress? Did it help
Yes.
with sadness and bring joy
Yes,
to
for
your
sure.
heart?
The music definitely did. And I remember um, after the third one, laying in my bed, looking at the ceiling, feeling sorry for myself, probably like 6 months, and didn't really do anything, just poor, pitiful me. And then I thought, there's dances and fun things that come on, Lynda, stop this. And I mean, I really did. I had a conversation with me and said, stop it. And I went out dancing and had a lot of fun. And then,
Oh,
plus definitely the singing at some of these places that I was singing at. Yeah.
yeah. And you had mentioned to me before we came on here that a lot of times when we're going through tough times, that's when we sing our best. That's when
Yes.
we
Yes.
perform our best because you really tap into those emotions and let it go through the music, and we touch other people's hearts in a deeper way. And then we feel better. We've let it go,
Right.
so
Some of the entertainers that we know have had hardships and horrible situations. You can hear it. You can hear their soul in their singing, and
yeah.
they some really bad issues because of their history. But yeah, like Etta James. Etta James had some really bad problems, in her life, and she was so good. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very good.
Whenever I have had any issues, I sing better, because it's like acting. You put your whole heart and soul in it. It really does help, you know. But I had also a problem when I was trying to become a recording artist. Unfortunately, I wasn't an ugly girl, and I had a lot of men that were not nice. If
Mm.
I'm sure you understand what it is. Yeah. And so eventually I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. Because some people would say, well, if you want it bad enough, you'll do whatever. But no, I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and live with me. And if they want to do things they shouldn't, that's their problem, not mine. So yeah, so I quit trying to be a recording artist, but I continued singing with bands all over the world. And then because a couple of my daughters were upset because I was singing too much and I wasn't around home enough. So I became I was happy that I got the job as a house band leader. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at some of your pictures here.
Okay.
And we'll just quickly, just a few words about each picture. And then I have an important question to ask you, how a tip, some tips that you can give others who are listening here. Tell us about this picture here.
That was in 1965. I was, or actually, yeah, 65. I was Princess of Montebello, California. I was 16. Wasn't quite 17, and the Queen was 20, and so I lost by 3 points. But she was a wonderful girl, and the girl above was the Queen before, and she was my age. So we got to go to a lot of ribbon cuttings and balls and stuff, and it was just a lot of fun.
Let's go on to this next one here. Wow, Academy of Country Music, and tell us about this. And that's you.
So when I joined the Academy of Country Music Association, I met Patsy Montana and her daughter. Her daughter was Judy Rose, a country singer, but Patsy was a Western singer. So we became really close friends, and Judy and I were both on the board of directors. So we ended up like family. Well, Patsy taught me the song that she did, and she's now in the Nashville Hall of Fame. And so anyway, I now sing that song. But I got to tell you something that's really cool. I have a cousin who won $1 million on America's Got Talent, a ventriloquist, Darcy Lynn Farmer. And she does that song too. I want to be a cowboy sweetheart. Yeah.
Oh, I know that song. And
Yeah.
can you show us some yodeling?
Idle-lay, 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 idle-lay. Darcy does it so.
I love it. Can you name some of those superstars there that you opened?
Marty Robbins, Freddie Fender. I toured with Ernest Tubb and the Texas Troubadours in
You
1970.
did. How
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Well,
it was fun.
well, let's look at, we see, one of these is that gold suit that you were talking about, but this one, Polynesian Palace, tell us about this.
Yeah, so I was in Oahu singing at the military bases with a country band they supplied me with, and it was really fun. But Don Ho, if you're an entertainer in Hawaii, working in Hawaii, he'll invite you to perform at his show. So I'm up there singing crazy. Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh, wow. Oh boy, that looks fabulous there.
It
Yeah.
was really fun. Yeah.
Okay.
In
And there
Waikiki.
you are with that fancy gold, and he's the man that made the clothes for Elvis.
Yeah,
Right.
Nudie the Rodeo Taylor. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And where is this?
That's in England. I'm not positive where in England, but yeah, that was a long time ago in the
Look
70s, definitely in the
at that. What an
70s,
outfit
70s.
there.
Yeah, I was singing there, and I got to be interviewed by the BBC, and sang with, one year I sang with a British band, and the next year it was a Irish country band. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Fabulous.
But my best friends were probably guys, you know,
Uh-huh.
because the guys that's who I was with all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I went to somebody's house, I'd automatically go and hang with the guys, because I didn't have anything in common with the women, which is kind of strange, but that's the way it
There
was.
you are with the guys.
Yeah.
This is your band.
Yeah, I was pregnant with my last daughter, Juliet there. And yeah, I have 3 daughters, and I went into the 9th month with all of them at country nightclubs. Yeah, but that's the house band that I ended up with.
And this is your family.
That's picture's about 6 years old. So the baby that you see is now 7 years old.
Okay.
And now she has a little brother who's 4. Yeah. Time goes by.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a great family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here you are. Don't you look stunning, both of you?
We've been married 13 years. And I met him online on a church website, for singles.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. And our first date was at a soup and salad. I never.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't even have that restaurant anymore, but that was really fun. And I had already got to know him online. So we started dating, and he's just the sweetest guy. Yeah.
obviously, music is so important to you. You can't even imagine being without it. And you've taken music, what you love, and you've combined it with service to community. And just
Mm-hmm.
tell us about that. Why is that working for you, and what do you get out of that?
It's like, okay, this happened yesterday. Yesterday, I was singing at this place that I sing at every month. And all of a sudden, I did, because Burt Bacharach had passed away, I did a couple of his songs, but I did What the World Needs Now is Love. I ended with it. And one of them stood up and they're saying, giving me an ovation, right? Yeah. So then I did Wind Beneath My Wings, but they were so happy. I mean, when you're seeing all these smiling faces, how can you not be happy?
Yeah.
See what? Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's I can't imagine my life without incorporating charitable effort in some way.
Right.
All of my books, I give profits to charities, and I volunteer every week in some way with some community effort, and it is just a really important way to release and give and receive. In the giving we receive, it's
Yeah,
just a huge gift,
for
as you
sure.
say. Yeah, yeah.
Because
And
there's
it
been
helps
times.
me be healthier and
Yes.
happier. Uh-huh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you do what you have to do to compensate, whatever, because
yeah.
it because you care. I hate that I'm not there to help, but you can only do so much. You can only
Just
do so much. You can
do what
pray.
you can. Each
Yeah,
person just doing a little bit, even if it's a phone
that's
call.
just something.
Yeah, say a nice little thing. Oh, I love that little necklace you have. Or just
Yeah.
something nice to
So
someone.
that's the other thing is serving others serves you. So if you're
Every
down in
day.
the dumps, get up, get out, and do something. Do something for somebody. One of my friends was ill, and I made her homemade chicken soup, and nobody's ever done that for me. And I'm thinking, but I loved doing it. I loved creating food to begin with, but I made her chicken
Yeah,
soup. It wasn't no big deal.
yeah.
And
That's
it
a
just made me
creative
so
effort
happy.
right there. Cooking.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful way to give. Yeah.
And so, yes, get out there, serve others, and take care of yourself. Look in the mirror and think, what can I do? Maybe I could lose a little weight. Maybe I could go to the gym. Maybe I can put a little makeup on to make me happy, or have a new do, whatever, just something.
I
Yes,
love it. I love it.
because
You're wonderful.
poor pitiful me, and you'll never get out of that.
Can you please end with singing just a little bit for us?
Okay, what's a good song to
Some
end with?
nice little, I don't know, Rodgers and Hammerstein or something fun, nice.
Oh, how about, well,
Nat King Cole.
okay, unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more.
Keep going.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to do it short.
No.
Okay,
End it. End it.
I did the, what do you call it? The Carpenters.
Oh.
Okay, here.
So
You ready?
nice. You're gonna make me cry.
Don't cry. Okay, you ready? We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way. And yes, we've just begun. Before the rising sun, we fly. So many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run. And yes, we've just begun, sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together. And when the evening comes, we smile, so much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow. And yes, we've just begun. Thank you.
Yay! Oh, that was so nice. I'm so glad we did that. Is there anything else you want to say to those who are listening before we close today?
Just try to be happy, and happiness is what you make it. I mean, you make yourself happy. You know, I mean, we all have trials. You know, I have hips that hurt. I have knees that hurt. You know, because of arthritis. So I take some supplements and I move on. And if it hurts, then I focus on something else. Yeah, you don't have to dwell on all the negative.
Very good. Think about the positive. You mentioned some things, think about the positive, get up, do something today, take care of yourself, love yourself, and do something for others. Just do one little thing, even if it's phone calling or whatever, do something for others. Those are good tips. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your life journey of creativity as a courageous creative conqueror. And thank you everybody for listening. It's been a joy to be here with you today.
Thank you.
See you next time. Thanks, Lynda. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
To see more Courageous Creative Conquerors videos, join the weekly creative community calls, or learn more about private sessions, visit jeanvoicedart.com.